The proofs of Tawhid for people of understanding, their characteristics, speech, and supplications. Allah said, Inna fi khalqis samawati wal ard 3:190, referring to the sky in its height and spaciousness, the earth in its expanse and density, the tremendous features they have of rotating planets, seas, mountains, deserts, trees, plants, fruits, animals, metals, and various beneficial colors, scents, tastes, and elements. وَاخْتِلَفِ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ, as one follows and takes from the length of the other. For instance, at times one of them becomes longer than the other, shorter than the other at times, and equal to the other at other times, and the same is repeated again and again, and all this occurs by the decision of the Almighty Most Wise. This is why Allah said, لَا يَتِنْ لَا وُلِلْ الْبَبِ, referring to the intelligent and sound minds that contemplate about the true reality of things, unlike the deaf and mute who do not have sound comprehension. Allah said about the latter type, وَكَأَيِّنَ مِنْ آيَةٍ فِي السَّمَوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ يَمُرُّونَ عَلَيْهَا وَهُمْ عَنْهَا مُعْرِضُونَ وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُم بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ. Walazahum 5. Allah then describes those who have good minds, الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَمًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ 3. Al-Bukhari recorded that Imran bin Hussein said that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, صَلِّ قَائِمًا فَإِن لَمْ تَسْتَطِعْ فَقَاعِدًا فَإِن لَمْ تَسْتَطِعْ فَعَلَى جَنْبٍ. These people remember Allah in all situations. In their heart and speech, وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, contemplating about signs in the sky and earth that testify to the might, ability, knowledge, wisdom, will, and mercy of the Creator. Allah criticizes those who do not contemplate about His creation, which testifies to His existence, attributes, Sharia, His decree, and ayat. Allah said, وَكَأَيِّنَ مِنْ آيَةٍ فِي السَّمَوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ يَمُرُّونَ عَلَيْهَا وَهُمْ عَنْهَا مُعْرِضُونَ وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُم بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ. Allah also praises His believing servants, الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَمًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, supplicating, رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَطِيلًا. You did not create all this in jest and play. Rather, you created it in truth, so that you recompense those who do evil in kind and reward those who do righteous deeds with what is better. The faithful believers praise Allah and deny that He does anything in jest and without purpose, saying, Subhanaka, for you would never create anything without purpose. Faqina adhab an-nar, meaning, O you who created the creation in truth and justice, who is far from any shortcomings, or doing things without purpose or with jest, save us from the torment of the fire with your power and strength. Direct us to perform the deeds that make you pleased with us. Guide us to righteous work from which you admit us into the delightful paradise, and save us from your painful torment. They next supplicate, رَبَّنَا إِنَّكَ مَن تُدْخِلِ النَّارَ فَقَدْ أَخْزَيْتَهُ, by humiliating and disgracing him before all people on the day of gathering, وَمَا لِلظَّالِمِينَ مِنْ أَنصَارٍ, on the day of judgment, who would save them from you. Therefore, there is no escaping whatever fate you decided for them. رَبَّنَا إِنَّنَا سَمِعْنَا مُنَادِيًا يُنَادَى لِلْإِيمَانِ, a caller who calls to faith, referring to the Messenger of Allah ﷺ, and آمِنُوا بِرَبِّكُمْ فَآمَنَّا, accepted his call and followed him. رَبَّنَا فَاغْفِرْ لَنَا ذُنُوبَنَا, on account of our faith and obeying your Prophet. فَاغْفِرْ لَنَا ذُنُوبَنَا, and cover them, وَكَفِّرْ عَنَّا سَيِّئَتِنَا, between us and you, in private, وَتَوَفَّنَا مَعَ الْيَبْرَارِ, join us with the righteous people. رَبَّنَا وَآتِنَا مَا وَعَدتَّنَا عَلَى رُسُلِكَ, for our faith in your messengers. Or, and this explanation is better, grant us what you promised us by the words of your messengers. وَلَا تُخْزِنَا يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, before all creation. إِنَّكَ لَا تُخْلِفُ الْمِيعَادَ, promise. For surely the promise that you conveyed to your messengers, which includes us being resurrected before you, shall certainly come to pass. It was the Prophet's tradition to recite the 10 ayat at the end of Surah Al-Imran when he woke up at night for prayer. Al-Bukhari recorded that Ibn Abbas said, "I slept one night at the house of my aunt, Maymuna. The Messenger of Allah ﷺ spoke with his wife for a while and then went to sleep. When it was the third part of the night, he stood up, looked at the sky, and recited, Inna fi khalqis samawati wal ardi, wa ikhtilafi al-layli wal nahar, la yatin la ulal ilbab. Merev tuthrank, merev tishin.